Good news today for the Democratic Party from defeated Republican presidential candidate Rick Santorum, who is pledging to fight to keep Republicans focused on those crazy Tea Party positions that are helping them lose elections. I think there's a fight right now as to what the soul of the Republican Party is going to be and the conservative movement, and we have something to say about that. I think from our battle, we're not going to leave the field. Republicans would probably have control of the Senate today if they had nominated anyone but these losing Republican Senate nominees.
I think even when life begins in that horrible situation of rape, that it is something that God intended to happen.
If it's a legitimate rape, the female body has ways to try to shut that whole thing down.
I'm not a witch.
Ari Melber, we could go on and on with these candidates. The Republicans are at it again. There's the West Virginia race today, in which Congressman Shelley Capito, she announced Monday her intentions to run for Jay Rockefeller's seat. Now, Jay Rockefeller may not run for re-election. Right. He's about 75 years old, I think. But she, in a poll in West Virginia, a very troubling poll for Senator Rockefeller in August, was leading him 48 to 44, a very bad poll for an incumbent to be in that situation against a congressman. And the Republicans are saying she's not conservative enough. Right. Give us someone more conservative who it will be very easy for Jay Rockefeller to beat.
I mean, this is fascinating. It hasn't been national news yet, but I think you're absolutely right to spotlight it.
This moment, it just became national news.
So are we on national television?
We are. Yes.
And it is so fascinating because, number one, the culture war is over. It's over because we won. Tolerant people won, liberal people won, women won. The culture war's over. And what you see is a challenge to people like Capito, who basically on a lot of other non-culture war issues outside of the area of choice, abortion, and some of these issues, pretty normal conservatives. And the Tea Party, which claimed to be so obsessed with deficits now, is starting to flirt with these other litmus tests. It is true the Club for Growth also doesn't like her because of the bailouts and some of those things. But look, if they want to keep doing this to themselves, they are going to continue to undermine people who, as you point out, are politically strong. Rockefeller's a big name in West Virginia. When you're up 4 points against the Rockefeller without having started your campaign, you'd be in a good place.
And so Jim DeMint comes out and says, you know, we can't support her. Do they know that West Virginia hasn't elected a Republican to the Senate in about 4,000 years? Robert Byrd had the other Democratic seat there for my entire lifetime. I mean, what do they think they're going to elect in West Virginia?
Yeah, no, that's the question, right? And it's very frustrating for them because they feel West Virginia is naturally conservative and yet has had these legacy Democrats in there. What they have is a Washington establishment that thinks fundamentally it knows better than the conservative grassroots.
Saxby Chambliss, who is saying he doesn't care about the Grover Norquist pledge, is now provoking this kind of talk about him. We have people saying he needs to be challenged, absolutely. Who do they think they can run and win more conservative than Saxby Chambliss?
I don't know, but I mean, I sort of reminds me of like a magical realist novel framework where what happens to people when they have no memory? What happens to a society that has no memory? The Republican society today, the establishment society...
What kind of memory doesn't work for like a week ago? Like, can't remember...
Well, they can't remember a week ago, and they can't remember the Bush era because, of course, they grew the deficits. And now you have, I mean, the other thing in the Political article about this topic was saying, well, Capito was for the Patriot Act, and that really upsets some of the hardcore conservatives. Well, every Republican senator voted for the Patriot Act. So I'm fine with criticizing the Patriot Act. I'm fine with the ones who are really, truly libertarian, but you can't be truly libertarian and then also ignore everything that's come before you.
Ari Melber, the closer, gets tonight's last word. The Ed Show.